What is up, guys? This is Lanky Duelist, and today I'm coming at you with an update to my Red Dragon Archfiend deck. So yes, not gonna lie, that ban list coming out on Friday was the worst possible timing because it has pretty much set my channel into a bit of chaos because, as you already know, I did post that combo video for my Red Dragon Archfiend, and as I mentioned in the comment section for that video, that was meant to come out on the same day as the ban list. However, the ban list dropped before I could even upload or even finish editing the video, so I kind of had to abandon that video as a sense. But at the same time, you know, you guys really wanted to see a combo video for this deck, so I kind of uploaded it because technically saying the deck didn't need Call by the Grave, you know, as a combo piece as a whole. But, you know, with this one, I will be doing some new combos at the end of the videos. Many people to shout out, especially like some of the new combos that people mentioned in that combo video I released lately, and also in my Red Dragon Archfiend deck profile that I released a few weeks ago. So many new combos that, you know, you guys have told me, and I absolutely love them because I didn't know you could actually do those combos with my version of the deck. So definitely stay tuned to the end of the video to see those combos as a whole. But yeah, not gonna lie, it really does suck as well that, Call by the Grave is, like, you know, limited because it did give this deck so much protection from, like, you know, hand traps as a whole. So we got to be a bit more careful, especially doing our plays. And also, just to let you guys know, no Call by the Graves were harmed in the making of this video. I didn't really actually burn them in that bucket that you saw at the start of the video. They're all chilling in my binder right now, waiting for that day for them to come back to free. So then I have quick access to them and I don't have to, you know, scramble or panic buy to get a Call by the Grave as a whole. So yeah, they're all chilling in the binder right now, safe and sound. But other than that, you know, let's crack on with this profile because you guys really wanted to see, you know, the update to this deck, especially what I've done to replace Call by the Grave with. And I'm not gonna lie, as many people have said on Reddit or, like, you know, any other sites, probably the best replacement that you could probably tech in for Red Dragon Archfiends is Probation, because, you know, it allows you to pretty much just stop Effect Veilers at any Ash Blossoms. Like, if you guys have them, definitely play them. However, unfortunately, I actually don't have access to them because it is a really old card, not gonna lie. And especially in the UK, it's really hard to get your hands on, like, really old classic cards as a whole. Like, I remember just going on eBay, typing in typing in Probation, and I saw, like, one store was selling one copy for £46. It does need a reprint, no doubt about that, because it is a really old card, like, going back to, like, you know, Pharaoh Serve, and I think that's a set it came out with. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't have access to them. So I have some alternatives in case you guys don't have Probation, but if you do have it, play it, 100% sure. It really does help the deck out quite a lot and gives it more protection. But if you don't, you'll see in this video, and again, let's just crack on with it, what I've done to replace kind of Call by the Grave and Probation in case you don't have it. So yeah, let's start off with of course, the main deck itself. Free Crimson Resonator. I mean, like, you have to play this card at free. This is pretty much one of the heart and souls of the deck as a whole, and yeah, it allows you to get your tuners to the field, and you just got to be very careful now when you're playing this card because, you know, this is probably this and Red Rising are probably the targets for Ash Blossoms and Effect Veilers, so do be wary, especially when you're playing this card at free and when you use his effect as a whole. 2 Red Resonator. Now, I'm actually thinking of maybe bumping him up to 3. Again, I'm still in the testing phase as a whole, especially with, like, the monster ratios itself, and yeah, actually, and plus, I think it was Painkiller 95 again. Shoutouts to you. He gave me a really good combo with Red Resonator because, again, I mentioned earlier, like, I don't see a benefit of playing Red Resonator, but he's just giving me a really, like, you know, electric combo. And again, I will show it at the end of the video. And then shoutouts again to Painkiller 95 for giving me that combo. It's absolutely a sweet combo, in my opinion. And also, as well, technically saying, this is like the card that you kind of want to bait the Ash Blossoms or, like, the Effect Veilers with, because technically saying, like, if you have him and Wandering King, what you could do is you can normal summon him and then target the Wandering King in your hand to summon it. However, your opponent will see it coming, so they will pretty much all think you're playing, Fire Fist, because Fire Fist do play Red Resonator. They'll just drop the Effect Veil Ash Blossom, and then you can just then summon the Wandering King, because Wandering King does have a special summon effect. Let's not forget that, and then your opponent's like, face palming, because they pretty much Ash Blossom the wrong card as a whole. So yeah, nice card. Again, nice good card to, again, just bait out the Effect Veilers as a whole. Then next we play 3 Synchron Resonator. This is a really important card now for the deck, and I'll show you at the end of the video why this card is very, very important right now in the deck. And again, you know, if you have a Synchro, just special summon him from your hand. He's a level 1 and lets you go into Abyss much, much quickly. And then next we have Creation Resonator. Of course, you got to play this card, and again, it's very crucial, especially with that combo. Again, shout out to Painkiller 95 for recommending to me this card. Is absolutely amazing in that combo. So yeah, and also if you watched my combo video, Joe gave, you know, a good reason why to run these 2 cards. So again, shout outs to both of you, absolutely amazing, and thank you again, both of you, for those combos as a whole. Free Wandering King, this card, you have to play this card at free. Like, it's pretty much a free special summon from your hand, so you're not going to turn down a free special summon from your hand. So, yeah, absolutely amazing, especially if you control the Resonator. Special summon it from your hand. A new addition to the deck, Red Familiar, I think, like, to be honest, again, I'm just debating between whether to play this at 3 or 2, but at the moment, 2's working fine for me. Again, this is a very crucial card, especially if you get hand trapped. This will help you get out of a pinch or a pickle, in my opinion. So, yeah. Definitely, again, stay tuned to the end of the video so that I can explain why this card is, again, now crucial to the deck, especially now that we've lost Called by the Grave. Right, 2 Witch of the Black Forest. This is another good card because basically it allows you to add a monster with 1,500 or less to your hand. Mainly, you're going to go for Wandering King, so then you have, like, a play for next turn. So, yeah, absolutely amazing. Definitely recommend play it at 2, in my opinion. And then, new spicy tech, Red Walk. And again, gotta give a shout out. I know I've mentioned this guy's name a lot of time. Painkiller 95. Like, he's giving me a reason to why I need to bump this to 2. And also because, you know, again, our deck is vulnerable to hand traps. We need, like, cards like this, basically, to, like, you know, kind of play around if you get Ash Blossomed or Effect Veiled. And again, Red Wolf, for my opinion, is probably the best. And also kind of sticks to the theme. So that is more of a pure variant rather than playing other cards like Primitive Butterfly. I know you guys want to see more of a pure variant. And Red Wolf, to me, really does fit the cake in the strategy. And again, I'll show you at the end of the video because he gave me a really good, you know, combo idea. And then one Effect Veiler. Now, Effect Veiler, I will always say this is actually a really crucial card for the deck because, like, not only does it, you know, stop your opponent dead in their track or negates a monster effect, but also it's a target for Bane as well. Don't forget that. Bane says 2 level 1s. It doesn't say 2 level 1 Resonators. So this is a target for Bane. You can bring it out from your graveyard or your deck, so this card is never dead in your deck. In my opinion, if you want to bump this up to 2 or 3, go ahead for sure because, you know, Called by the Grave, you have the space. But for me, 1 works perfectly and fine enough because technically saying Synchro Core pretty much is the card to go to if you're going to, like, negate everything. But if you just want to have a nice good 1 hand trap in your deck, I feel like Effect Veiler is probably the best option in my opinion. So yeah, one of him. Alright, on to spells. Of course, we played, of course, the free Resonator call. This allows you to get your Crimson Resonator, your Synchron Resonator, and any other Resonators to your hand as quickly as you can. So then you can just start your combo plays as a whole. Then we play 2 Resonator Command. Now, I bumped this up to 2, and I feel like this is the perfect time to play it at 2 because you want to see Red Familiar in your hand as quickly as possible. Again, it helps to kind of bait out the Ash Blossom in a sense. You want to play as many cards that can technically bait out Ash Blossom so that you can do your combo plays. And, you know, Resonator Command is, you know, another card that you can, like, bait it out with. And then secondly, also, you can technically search, you know, Crimson Resonator off Resonator Command, which is absolutely broken. So you don't always have to go for a level 4. You can always go, again, for a Crimson Resonator instead. So, again, that's why, you know, again, I'm playing it at 2 right now. And yeah, a bit of a controversial, but I like Pot Desires at 3. Like, if you want to, you can bump this down to 2, but I like to see this card as soon as possible in my hand, and I like the +1 as a whole. So yeah, never really a drawback this card. And technically, like I said, when you banish the 10 cards, you're banishing dead cards. I'm telling you right now. Like, a lot of the times, I'm always banishing dead cards from my deck that I don't want to be top decking in the late game. Again, this, again, really does help out. Next, we play 1 Upstart and 2 Allures. Now, if you want to, you could technically bump Pot down to 2 and then play 3 Allures, because technically saying 3 Allures does work in this deck. But however, again, I just prefer 3 Pot Desires, in my opinion. And then also Upstart, again, nice, good, consistent card. Helps you get to your combo pieces a lot more quickly, just like, you know, Allure does. And I'm playing 1 Call by the Grave. Yes, I am being serious. I'm going to play this card at 1. Like, I mean, it's still at 1. It still offers protection to your deck. Like, if you're lucky and, like, get this card in your opening hand, then, yeah, why not just, like, activate and then watch your opponent cry and get salty over the fact that you managed to, you know, hard draw into this. And also, technically saying, you do play draw power in this deck. So you can get to this card, you know, as quickly as you can. And also, as well, technically saying, you know, when you're using the draw cards to get to this card, you technically can bait out an Ash Blossom by the bare minimum because, like, you know, your opponent doesn't want you to, like, you know, get into your consistency cards much quickly. So, yeah, then once they've done that, you can just go ahead and do your combo plays, basically, and get your boards all settled up. So, yeah, I'm still going to play this card, even if it's at 1. If it's at 1, you might as well play it. If it's banned, then, yeah, this is the only way, you know, I'm not going to be able to play this card. And that's also technically send a message to Konami because technically saying Call by the Grave has become the new Maxi/Vanity's Emptiness. Like, if your opponent cries over the fact that you dead draw this, it's technically not your fault. Blame Konami, or tell them to blame Konami for putting this at 1, because now it makes it more of a sucky card to draw into, in my opinion. So yeah, still going to play it at 1 for now. Now, to kind of replace the Call by the Grave, I've kind of gone for, you know, Compulse. This is just a temporary card at the moment. I'm still in the testing phase of, like, trying to find a good suitable replacement, you know, for Caught by the Grave, unless, you know, I can somehow find some probations somewhere for very cheap, then I'll order those. But for now, I'm going to play Compulsory Evacuation Device, because someone did mention in the comment section, and I'll have your name somewhere down here, that even though I use Pot of Desires, it's not good to be banishing your combo pieces. And technically saying, if I don't want to be banishing, you know, my Synchro Call, or if I want to use Trap Tricks to set the Synchro Call, I at least need one copy in my deck. So then I can set the other copy from my deck to the field. So if I banish 2 Synchro Calls off the Pot of Desires, then pretty much Trap Tricks becomes a dead card in the deck. So that's why, you know, I thought might as well put another target for Trap Tricks in this deck. And technically saying it could be anything, but I've gone for Compulse because it's more of a versatile card, in my opinion. But as, you know, the format progresses, this will probably come out for another trap. And like I said, you don't actually have to play Compulse. You can even play, you know, cards such as, like, you know, let me just grab some of them. Like, another option could be, you know, Red Rain. Like, this is a card I'm actually thinking of maybe even taking Compulse out for. Because, technically saying, like, you know, this is a much more of a powerful version of Compulse, in my opinion. But instead it banishes the field. So again, as the format progresses, don't be surprised I take, you know, Compulse out for Red Rain, because Red Rain is still an amazing card. And I do apologize for the proxy, because when I was buying these cards, I thought I would only need 2 Red Rain, you know, in case, I don't know, there's a time where I need to play this card. You know, I think 2 was fine at the time, but now I kind of realized I need a 3rd copy. I've ordered one in the post, but unfortunately it hasn't come, and I didn't want to delay the video even further, so that's why, you know, it's a bit of a proxy. But if you definitely have the Red Rains, if you want to sub out Compulse for Red Rain, or to be honest, if you want to play Mirror Force just to watch your the shock on your opponent's face, go ahead and play Mirror Force. Like, it's up to you what you want to play, but at the moment I'm playing Compulse. But don't be surprised if this comes in for Compulse as the format progresses, or if I do an update for this deck as a whole. And then, of course, we play the free Trap Tricks. Like, this card is just absolutely amazing, along with, of course, the free Synchro Call. Like, these 2 cards are pretty much best buds. If you don't open up Synchro Call, you want to hope you open up Trap Tricks, and you can actually set the Synchro Call to your field, so then you can activate it, and then watch your opponent pretty much cry. As a whole, again, fantastic cards in my opinion, and welcome additions, and pretty much staples in this deck. 6 slots definitely dedicated to these 2 cards, in my opinion. So yeah, that's it for the main deck. Let's go on to the extra deck. And of course, we play the 2 Calamity. This card is pretty much the big daddy of the deck, and is one of your go-to cards. You want to get this out onto the field so you can watch your opponent cry and, you know, negate everything and make them not play Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever again. Red Nova, he's just in there because technically you can summon it, but I rarely, you know, summon Red Nova that much. But again, he's just there as a whole. Then we play 1 Bane. Bane is, you know, also amazing. Now, thank again, Painkiller 95. Thank you for giving me the combo, because this card now has a meaning in this deck, and now I have a reason to summon him. And then, of course, 2 Abyss. The 2 Abyss is, you know, absolutely amazing. Being able to negate any face-up card on the field, spell, trap, monster, or pendulum, absolutely amazing. Then we play 2 Scarlight. Scarlight, again, you know, he is pretty much your, kind of like a cowboy, and pretty much incinerates the infield. If your opponent has a board full of monsters, Scarlight just vaporizes, you know, all of them. And then also we have Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. In case, like, you know, Scarlight can't deal with a monster that's more than 3,000, Hot Red Dragon just deals with it. And then we have Red Dragon Archfiend, just deals with anything defensive related. Then, of course, we play the free Red Rising. This card is just absolutely amazing for the deck, and pretty much gets your combos going. Then we play 1 Clear Wing, and then 1 Crystal Wing, because technically saying Crystal Wing, if you can play it is amazing, level 8, and technically saying I can't summon it in this deck, so I might as well play it right now. And also, as well, Clear Wing is, you know, pretty much the best level 7 out there, because unfortunately there isn't a Dark, you know, Dragon level 7 monster out there. So the only thing I can pretty much do right now is just run Clear Wing, because it is a solid level 7, and you can sometimes eventually run into a situation where you need to summon a level 7, or you have a hand where you can summon a level 7 and only a level 7. Clear Wings, you're pretty much your go-to person. And then if you have a Synchron Resonate in your hand, special summon the Synchron Resonate and then go into Crystal Wing. Problem solved. There we go. Yeah, anyways, that's it for the deck profile. Now let's go straight on to the combos for this deck. Alrighty, for combo 1, as I mentioned earlier, this kind of just showcases why Synchron Resonator and Red Familiar are really now important to the Red Dragon Archfiend strategy, in my opinion, and this is probably the reason why. Because what we're going to do is, let's just say, you know, a situation like this arises where you special summon the Crimson, normal the Red Familiar, sync these guys up to make a Red Rising Dragon. Now, let's just say your opponent Ash Blossoms you or Veilers you. Then what you can then do is pretty much banish the Red Familiar from the graveyard to then make him a level 8, and then special summon Synchron Resonator, sync these guys up to make an Abyss. Let me just quickly grab an Abyss right here. And then what you can do is set the Trap Tricks, basically. And then during your opponent's turn, you will be able to negate something with Abyss, and then also flip over the trap tricks and either set, either a Compulse, a Strike, a Red Rain, or even a Mirror Force just to make your opponent feel salty as a whole. So yeah, it's absolutely a brilliant, effect in my opinion. And yeah, again, if you get into a pinch like that, this is probably the best thing that you could technically do just to recover your plays. And also as well, don't forget, when you send Synchron Resonator to the graveyard, you get to re-add to your hand a Crimson Resonator, so that if you have a level 4 next turn, you can then just go off and do the play once again. So yeah, that is combo 1. Let's go on to number 2. Alrighty, for combo 2, again, got to give a massive shout out to my boy Painkiller 95. Thank you so much for this combo. This is more of pretty much a going second combo, which is really nice because I don't really do that many going second type combos. But again, this is a really amazing strategy, and it really gives me a reason to run Red Resonator and Red Walk in this deck at multiple copies as a whole. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by of course special summoning the Crimson Resonator to the field, and then what we're going to do next is we're going to normal summon the Red Resonator and then special summon the Red Walk from our hand to the field. And then what we're going to do is we're going to sync these guys up to straight away go into basically our Scarlight. So in a sense, this combo kind of like, showcases that, yes, Red Rising is good, but you can still play the deck even without Red Rising, or if it gets, Veilered, Ashed, or even if it gets, sent from your extra deck to the graveyard or even banished as a whole. Then what we're going to do is we're going to target Crimson Resonator's effect to basically then bring out a Synchron Resonator and a Creation Resonator. Let me just grab them from my from the side. And again, don't put these in attack mode. The reason they're in attack mode is, again, space is a bit of an issue for me, so put these in defense mode when you summon them. And then what we're going to do is we're going to sync these two basically to then make our Bane, and then we're going to tribute off the Creation Resonator to then bring back our Scarlight from the graveyard, and then sync these guys up to then make Abyss again. Now, like I mentioned, especially if you're going second, what you can then do at this point is pretty much, attack with both of them. Okay, let's just say, you attack with Bane and you deal the damage. You bring out both the Synchron Resonators from your deck. And then what you can then next do is basically, set, the Synchro Core. And then during your opponent's turn, flip over the Synchro Core, bring back the Crimson Resonator from the graveyard, or Red Resonator, up to you which one you want to do. And then what you can then do is basically sync these guys up to make your Calamity. So, yep, absolutely, busted, and then your opponent can't really do anything during their turn. And then during your next turn, what you can then do is tribute the Synchron Resonator and bring back a Scarlight or Abyss, up to you which one you want to do. Actually, preferably, sometimes you never know, Scarlight might be good because, your opponent might put something on the board which I highly doubt they won't be able to do. But then again, I like Scarlight and just pretty much attack full game, so then your opponent's life points are reduced to 0. So yes, again, thank you so much, Painkiller 95, for sharing this combo. If you guys have any other combos that you want to showcase to me, leave that down in the comment section so that when I do my next Red Dragon update, I will include those combos and showcase your combos to everyone, because again, this is a really great community. I love the Red Dragon Archfiend community. Everyone is always nice to each other, sharing ideas left, right, and center. And again, I just want to, share other people's ideas to them, and also get a shout out in my video as well. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Deck list should be on the screen right now, so definitely, write down my deck, take a screenshot, go on Yu-Gi Pro, go on Dev Pro, go on Dueling Book, or even put the deck together in real life, play with your mates, and again, just have some fun playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Because don't forget, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is all about having fun, in my opinion. Yes, there is the competitive side, but you cannot beat the casual fun side of Yu-Gi-Oh! As a whole. So yes, again, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. As always, click the notification bell, like the video so that, it tells me that you guys are really into, the Red Dragon Archfiend archetype being posted on my channel as, deck profiles, combo videos. As a whole, again, it tells me that. And again, guys, make sure to have a great day, and also don't forget to stay safe, especially during these dark times. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.